The gala dinner in 1966 was a dazzling affair held in a grand ballroom, filled with important figures from all walks of life. Crystal chandeliers sparkled overhead, casting a warm glow on the elegantly dressed guests who mingled and celebrated a shared vision for a better future. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and hope as everyone gathered to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a pivotal leader in the civil rights movement. As the evening unfolded, the sound of laughter and music filled the air, creating an ambience of joy and camaraderie. Guests exchanged stories about their dreams and aspirations for equality, inspired by the transformative work that Dr. King championed. His presence alone brought an electric energy to the event, highlighting the importance of unity in the ongoing struggle for justice. However, amidst the joy and celebration, Dr. King remained aware of his surroundings. He understood that not everyone felt safe or included in this vision of progress. His heart was always attuned to those whose voices often went unheard. It was in this moment of reflection that he spotted young Derrick Freeman sitting alone outside the bustling event. Derrick, only 11 years old, looked out of place among the festivities inside. He was waiting for a ride but felt anxious and uncertain about walking home alone. This poignant moment stood in stark contrast to the jubilant atmosphere of the gala. Dr. King's compassionate nature drew him toward Derrick, prompting him to pause his celebrations and address the more profound issues surrounding safety and belonging that were often overshadowed by events like this one. As the vibrant gala continued inside, 11-year-old Derrick Freeman sat quietly on a bench just outside the grand ballroom. The sounds of laughter and celebration echoed through the doors, but for Derrick, it felt like a world apart. He had been invited to the event but found himself feeling more like an outsider. The glimmering chandeliers and elegantly dressed guests seemed to highlight his own feelings of isolation. Derrick's heart raced as he waited for his ride. He couldn't shake the feeling of unease that crept into his mind. The city streets outside felt unfamiliar and intimidating, especially in the dim light of the evening. His youthful innocence was overshadowed by worries about walking home alone, thoughts that no child should have to carry. Would he be safe? Would anything happen to him before he made it back? He glanced around, hoping to see a familiar face among the crowd bustling in and out of the gala, but instead, he watched as groups of people celebrated together, lost in their own joyous moments. Derrick felt small and forgotten in contrast to all that happiness surrounding him. When Dr. King stepped out into the cool night air and noticed Derrick sitting there, he could sense the boy's discomfort without needing to ask. Dr. King understood that behind Derrick's silence lay a deep fear that many children like him faced every day, the fear of not being safe in their own community. It was this moment of connection that would spark an important conversation between them, one that might change how Dr. King spoke about safety and belonging in his work for justice. As the festive atmosphere of the gala unfolded, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stepped outside for a moment of fresh air. The sounds of laughter and celebration drifted through the grand doors, but his attention was immediately drawn to the young boy sitting alone on the bench. Derrick Freeman's small frame seemed almost swallowed by the vastness of the night, and Dr. King could see that he was not just waiting for a ride, he was waiting in discomfort. Dr. King approached Derrick with a gentle smile, sensing an unease that went beyond mere shyness. The way Derrick fidgeted and glanced around told a story that resonated deeply with Dr. King's own experiences growing up in a world filled with fear and uncertainty. He understood this feeling all too well, the sense of isolation that could come even in crowded places. "Hey there," Dr. King greeted warmly, kneeling down to meet Derrick at eye level. He noticed how Derrick looked up at him, eyes wide with both surprise and apprehension. In that brief moment, Dr. King's heart swelled with empathy. He was reminded that many children face fears that often went unnoticed by adults preoccupied with their celebrations. His compassionate nature compelled him to pause the evening's festivities. Dr. King recognized that this encounter was important, as it highlighted issues of safety that were part of everyday life for so many young people. Instead of brushing past Derrick, he chose to engage with him directly, igniting a connection that would lead to a significant conversation about courage and belonging in an uncertain world. As Dr. King conversed with Derrick, he could sense the weight of the young boy's fears. Derrick shared how he felt unsafe walking home alone in a world that sometimes seemed unkind. Each word Derrick spoke echoed in Dr. King's heart, reminding him of his mission to advocate for those who lacked a voice and to protect the vulnerable. In that moment, surrounded by the lively sounds of celebration from within the gala, Dr. King made a decision that would not only impact Derrick but also solidify his own beliefs about community and connection. He quietly resolved to cancel his plans for the evening, knowing that what mattered most was not the accolades or applause waiting for him inside, but the safety and well-being of this young boy standing before him. "Let's walk together," Dr. King said reassuringly. The simple invitation held profound meaning, as it symbolized solidarity and understanding. As they stepped away from the bright lights of the gala, Derrick felt a surge of relief wash over him. With Dr. King by his side, the night suddenly felt less daunting. As they walked through the quiet streets, Dr. King focused on Derrick's experiences, listening intently as they moved along. This act of kindness wasn't just about accompanying a frightened child. It was a testament to Dr. King's belief in building community. He knew that every person's experience mattered, and by choosing to walk with Derrick, he demonstrated that genuine connections could help ease fear and foster hope in an uncertain world. The bond formed during that walk became a powerful reminder for both men about the strength found in empathy and compassion. As Dr. King and Derrick walked side by side, the night air was filled with a mix of silence and the distant echoes of the ongoing gala. Dr. King began by gently asking Derrick about his home, where he lived and what the streets were like. Derrick took a deep breath before responding, his voice barely above a whisper. "I live just a few blocks away, but it feels so far when it's dark," he admitted, glancing around as if shadows might leap out at him. "Sometimes I see people who look scary or act funny, and I just don't feel safe." His words resonated with Dr. King, reminding him of his own childhood fears and the very real dangers that many faced in their communities. "It's okay to feel scared sometimes," Dr. King reassured him. "But remember, you are not alone." He encouraged Derrick to share more about what made him anxious, actively listening as the boy opened up. Derrick spoke about how his friends felt the same way, how they often talked about wanting to feel safe while walking home from school or playing outside. "I wish everyone could just be nice to each other," he said earnestly, his youthful hope shining through despite his worries. Dr. King nodded thoughtfully, appreciating Derrick's perspective. "You know," he replied softly, "there is incredible strength in your feelings and your dreams for a kinder world." The conversation shifted to the power of kindness, and how even small acts could lead to big changes in their community. As they strolled along, Derrick's fear began to fade, replaced by the warmth of dialogue and connection, a moment that would stay with both of them long after they parted ways. As Dr. King and Derrick continued their walk, the conversation deepened, revealing Derrick's worries about safety and his dreams for a better world. The innocence of Derrick's thoughts struck Dr. King profoundly. Here was a child yearning for a sense of security that every kid should feel, one who was aware of the dangers that loomed around him. Derrick spoke passionately about his friends who often shared similar fears, expressing worry about walking home from school or playing outside in their neighborhoods. "I just want to be able to go outside without feeling scared," he said, his voice filled with genuine hope and determination. To Derrick, safety wasn't just an abstract idea. It was a fundamental right that every child deserved. Dr. King listened intently, recognizing that these conversations were vital to understanding the realities children face daily. Derrick's words resonated within him, highlighting the urgent need to address these issues on a larger scale. This young boy's perspective on safety brought clarity to Dr. King's mission, igniting a fire within him to speak out louder for the rights and well-being of children everywhere. As they walked through the quiet streets, Dr. King felt inspired by Derrick's courage to articulate his fears and hopes so openly. It became clear to him that advocating for safety was not only about fighting systemic injustices but also about ensuring every child could grow up feeling secure and supported in their communities. The insights gained from this encounter would lay the groundwork for Dr. King's upcoming speech, emphasizing the importance of nurturing safe environments where all children could thrive without fear, a message that would resonate deeply with audiences everywhere. After parting ways with Derrick, Dr. King returned to his hotel room, feeling the weight of their conversation lingering in his mind. He sat down with a pen and paper, eager to distill the thoughts and emotions stirred by the young boy's words. The night had shifted something deep within him. As he reflected on their walk, he recognized the profound simplicity of Derrick's concerns about safety and belonging. Dr. King envisioned Derrick's innocent yet powerful wish for a kinder world, one free of fear for children. The more he thought about it, the more he realized how these feelings were not just personal struggles but universal issues affecting countless children across America. In that moment, he understood that these insights were crucial not only for raising awareness but also for lighting a fire in the hearts of his audience. He began drafting key points for his upcoming speech, wanting to focus on creating a society where children could thrive without fear. Phrases surrounding safety, the need for change, and empowerment for future generations flowed from his pen. Each word was infused with urgency, inspired by Derrick's bravery in articulating what so many others felt but rarely voiced. Dr. King found it essential to convey that nurturing safe environments was imperative for fostering hope and progress. He wanted to remind people that every voice, no matter how small, mattered deeply. With Derrick's words echoing loudly in his mind, Dr. King solidified his resolve to advocate relentlessly for a world where all children could feel secure, valued, and empowered to dream without limitation. This speech would encapsulate those dreams and serve as a powerful call to action for everyone who heard it. As Dr. King prepared for his upcoming speech, several key themes emerged from his conversation with Derrick that would shape his message. First and foremost was the theme of equality, emphasizing that every child, regardless of their background, has the right to grow up in a safe and secure environment. Dr. King recognized that Derrick's fears were not unique. They reflected a broader societal issue where countless children face similar anxieties about their safety and well-being. The second vital theme was safety. Dr. King understood that children should be able to walk home without fear, play outdoors freely, and explore their neighborhoods with confidence. He envisioned a society where parents wouldn't have to worry about their children's safety due to the color of their skin or where they lived, where every child could take those simple joys of childhood for granted. Lastly, the concept of empowerment resonated strongly with him. Dr. King realized that when children like Derrick express their feelings and aspirations, they are asserting their right to be heard and valued. Empowering youth to speak up about their fears and dreams fosters confidence and encourages them to participate in shaping a better future. These themes, equality, safety, and empowerment, formed the core of Dr. King's speech. He aimed not only to raise awareness but also to inspire action among listeners to create nurturing environments for all children. By weaving Derrick's insights into his powerful message, Dr. King hoped to galvanize communities into creating changes that would ensure every child could thrive, free from fear and full of hope for a brighter tomorrow. On a crisp spring day in 1966, Dr. King stood before a packed auditorium at a local community center, ready to deliver the speech inspired by his poignant conversation with Derrick Freeman. The room buzzed with anticipation, filled with people from diverse backgrounds, all eager to hear the message of hope and change that Dr. King was known for. As he took the stage, the atmosphere shifted, an air of unity enveloped the crowd. Dr. King began his speech by recalling the young boy who had sat alone outside the gala, sharing Derrick's fears about walking home and his hopes for a safer world. He spoke passionately about how every child deserved to feel secure and valued, regardless of their circumstances. His voice resonated with sincerity, as he emphasized the importance of nurturing environments where children could thrive without fear. As he articulated themes of equality, safety, and empowerment, the audience hung on his every word. You could feel their emotional connection grow stronger, a collective recognition of the shared responsibility to protect the innocent and uplift those in need. Dr. King's powerful rhetoric ignited a spark among listeners. Some nodded in agreement, while others exchanged glances filled with determination. When he concluded with a heartfelt call to action, urging everyone to take steps toward creating safer communities, the applause erupted like thunder. People rose to their feet, clapping and cheering not just for Dr. King but for Derrick's message that had transcended into a universal plea for justice and compassion. The impact of that moment was palpable, as many left inspired to make tangible changes within their own neighborhoods, transforming Derrick's innocent wishes into a rallying cry for action across America. The encounter between Dr. King and Derrick Freeman left a profound legacy that would impact both their lives and the civil rights movement as a whole. For Derrick, the experience of being heard by such a prominent leader instilled a sense of confidence and validation that many children rarely feel. He realized that his voice mattered, and this moment encouraged him to advocate for himself and others in his community. The weight of Dr. King's attention transformed Derrick from an anxious child into a young person who understood the power of speaking out against injustice. For Dr. King, the conversation reinforced his commitment to listening to the voices of marginalized groups, particularly children, whose experiences often go unnoticed in discussions about social justice. Derrick's fears and dreams became a touchstone for Dr. King's advocacy. He recognized that nurturing safe environments for children was crucial not just for their future but for society as a whole. This moment inspired him to emphasize child welfare in his speeches and writings, reminding adults to consider the unique challenges children face in a world filled with uncertainties. Moreover, the exchange highlighted a vital lesson within the civil rights movement: the importance of amplifying young voices. By sharing Derrick's story during his speeches, Dr. King effectively brought attention to the struggles faced by youth, urging communities to create spaces where children could express their fears and aspirations freely. This legacy of listening and uplifting young voices continues to resonate today, serving as a reminder that every generation has important contributions to make toward achieving equality, safety, and empowerment for all. The bond formed between Derrick and Dr. King became symbolic of hope, a hope that future leaders would learn from their example and strive for a more compassionate world where everyone's voice is valued. In reflecting on the powerful encounter between Dr. King and Derrick Freeman, we are reminded of the profound impact that compassion and understanding can have across generations. The simple act of Dr. King walking with Derrick not only provided comfort to a frightened child but also ignited a dialogue about safety, belonging, and the importance of listening to young voices. This moment illustrates how small gestures of kindness can resonate deeply, creating ripples of change that extend far beyond their immediate context. As we consider this legacy, it's essential for us all to recognize that every individual has the power to make a difference. Just as Derrick found his voice through his interaction with Dr. King, we too must encourage others, especially children, to express their fears and dreams openly. By fostering environments where all voices are valued, we contribute to a culture of empathy and support. Moreover, in today's fast-paced world, it's vital to remember that understanding one another often starts with simple acts of kindness. Whether it's lending an ear to someone in need or standing up for those who feel marginalized, our actions can inspire hope and foster connections that lead to meaningful change. As we move forward in our own lives and communities, let us carry forward the lessons from Derrick and Dr. King's encounter, that compassion is a powerful tool for transformation and that by listening to those around us, particularly the youth, we can help shape a future filled with equality, safety, and empowerment for everyone. Together, through understanding and kindness, we can build a better world where every voice matters and every person feels safe and valued.